Today the rivals are playing a Sure-Star assessment and must duel against level 40 Luke at the gate. Each player must submit a replay and screenshot of their game within 20 minutes, showing their duel assessment score. The fastest player receives the most points, but the highest duel assessment score will get the first pick on the 8 bundles available this week.
Wait, how do you save the replay?
So to save a replay, when the game concludes, it will say in the bottom left, do you want to save the replay? I missed that.
I missed that.
Well, you've got 11
so
minutes.
I can't do it now?
Time to redo it.
No, you have to do it when it comes up, because you do not have a duel log of games. You have to do it as soon as the game ends. It will say, do you want to save the replay? In the bottom left, as it comes up, you win.
I'm done.
Oh, Draco has declared he's done. Now, was he the fastest or not, though? That's the question.
I'm done.
Oh, we've got a few people saying they're done. Only doing one save and all screenshots linked to that one save replay. I mean, it's fine. We're just going to look at the replay you've got. Forgot to save the replay. Uh-oh.
Paco Bros.
I got 9,300 my first attempt, but I didn't save it.
It's one of those things where I think everyone didn't save the replay the first time. In fact, if you did save the replay the first time, say so in chat, right? We need to know. Did anyone remember to do it the first time?
Soda.
I got it second.
No, I also forgot.
Because I actually think doing it first try is actually the hardest part of this challenge. All right, guys, time is up. I'm going to give a tiny bit of leeway. If anyone hasn't submitted their print screen, you must do it now. Otherwise, you will have a DNF.
Wait.
Give me a second.
Give me a second.
I'm going to be a generous host.
Wait.
And give them a second, okay? Because there was like some confusion at the start. Almost done with my second game. All right.
Give me next Sunday, please.
Guys, I think it's fair that we'll let people that haven't finished theirs finish it, but we will penalize them in some way. I think that's fair.
Mine, ML.
I think it's fair that because they have exceeded the time limit, they will have to be punished slightly, but we'll let them finish rather than just having them not finish at all. Who did theirs the quickest? So, as we did previously state, whoever did theirs the quickest, regardless of how much score they got, they would be receiving the most points. The player that finished first will be receiving 500 points is Draco Kid, who receives an immediate 500 points. Second to finish, and thus will be receiving 450 points, is Pro Manicist. There we go, Pro Manicist beginning 450. The third player to finish was Hunter, who will be receiving 400 points.
You're too slow, Proman.
Draco rivals after all.
The fourth player to finish was Whistling Bird, who will be receiving 350 points. The player who finished 6th was
I forgot to
Hikari,
save Draco. Oh no.
which is 300 points. Then it was Milaneso, who will be receiving 250 points. Then it was Sota, who will be receiving 200 points. And then it is Paco in last place, who has, by the way, still not done his replay, but he will be receiving 100 points. I mean, technically it should be 150, but because he still hasn't done his replay, we're docking 50 points.
I want to see who got the most points.
You want to see who got the most points? I mean, we're going to find out. We are going to watch the replays.
Does Rush Rivals just to get friends on Duel Links.
Yeah, that's literally the only reason. Why else would I go through all of this pain in the ass work? I'll tell you what, let's start with Paco. Since Paco was, like, taking so long, he must have a really good score, right? He must have an absolutely incredible score to be taking over 20 minutes to hand in. No, I lost. I mean, then we're going to watch the loss.
You worked acquaintances.
Bro, I don't want to see this. I'm leaving. Don't worry, Parker. We'll do it on super speed. I'm curious because I want to see what strategies people actually brought.
-1 rival for us.
So, Parko is using the double attack dragon dual Kotals. He is using Magnum Overlord.
I just went speed.
Back up, Rose.
So I assume the logic is we are basically just playing Magnum Overlord, because Magnum Overlord make big number mean big score. That was the strategy, it would appear.
Oh no, I used my Rush Rivals cards.
Ah, someone didn't read. I mean, that's fair enough. But you still might do well. You still might do well. Parker using the extra life to heal. Very good use of an ability there. Obviously, we know this isn't going to end in his win,
We can
but
use
still.
any card for part 1 of the challenges.
I feel so bad.
Okay, so with a loss, that means
Bro, Luke,
Parker will have had...
LV40 is too strong. XD.
broke level 42 strong.
Yep.
Rip. I mean,
Last week's
we'll have
part
to see.
1 was words Draco let me be.
Alright, now we're going to watch Sota. Let's check out how Sota did. Since Sota is next, just right here. Alright, how do we think Sota is going to have done? That is the next question. So Sota immediately is using...
I use my rifles deck. I am already a winner in my eyes.
I mean, you might still win, right? If people were going for speed. Maximum overload used once again. So it looks like we had a similar strategy to Parko, although this deck looks more like an actual Magnum Overlord deck. Multi-strike Dragon Dragius is going to be getting
And
some
so
big
match
damage.
we got into 30 seconds. So I maximum summon. And next turn I drew my Hail Mary.
Trag's turn 2.
I mean, it happens. We had the Monster Reborn.
I'm
Luke
so
is
mad
too
already.
good.
I'm so mad right now. I mean, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Alright, Maximum Overlord. We are going to attack over 2 of these.
No, I'm way more upset.
We opted to not use Seven's Road Magician's effect.
I can't even look at the replays.
It's okay, Parko. It's fine. Don't worry about it, bro. Oh, Maximum Overlord comes down.
Parker used a real deck and did worse than my rivals. One feels bad.
Sports Dragon Pitcher. Sophildra. Volcano Attack Dragon.
If I used SRM S effect, I risk milling Sonic Attacker.
Ah, I see. So we did manage to clean it up there. So it looked like a pretty good attempt from Sota. Looked like a pretty good attempt. Now we'll check out Hunter. Let's see how Hunter did.
My first one, the strat worked.
But not enough time.
Right, let's see what Hunter has. We're using extra card. We do gain an extra card in the starting hand. Another really good
I
use
forgot
of the
about
boosters.
the existence of maximums.
I mean, maximums do indeed exist. They're not necessarily the best way to go, but they are a way
and
to
use
go.
life change.
My deck was the most random one.
Igit Agame hat Agot score, bo didn't press self replay altuk savit a recording. We can't do event over
I
time.
tried to go with stall, so I can abuse getting the most different assessments.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good strategy. That is a good strategy.
Wait side plus wing Dragon Ra.
Now, could you imagine if we had Wing Dragon of Ra? So we are still making really good use of Stall. We are going to have to win this game at some point, though. And there it is. So we did manage to deck out. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's see what Draco brought to the table. I'm very curious as to what Draco did here. If he's... So it looks
I
like...
brought stuff.
Well, we've been seeing a mix, right, of people using maximums and I guess just not using maximums. I suppose those are the 2 options. There isn't really anything
I hate
else.
this challenge.
You hate the challenge, Parko. Oh, no. But this was originally supposed to be the sort of challenge where everyone would be on kind of even footing.
I hat a plan.
Okay, where are we looking at here? So we have Greystorm Reverie. Okay, I was a little bit distracted there, but we... Interesting little deck we're playing
Megamorphing
here.
Rush.
I had a plan. It was very good.
Seven's chance?
Always the 7's chance. So we do summon out the multi-strike dragon Dragius. Here comes extra life, once again keeping us in it. Rhythmical Performer, Ancient Arise Dragon, Monster Reborn brings back Reverie. And that is going to be the win. Another good one. So next up, we're going to watch Milanesso. Let's see how
Ash,
Milanesso
it's time
did.
to cut.
Wait. OMG.
At screen.
Isaf mein Name.
Feel very bad seeing Cat Scream. I saw my name.
Make
Hoe
a
will my
assess of the
case be
replay score.
resolved?
Only the first one.
How will my case be resolved? What do you mean by that, Whistling Bird? Have I missed something? Did I miss a message somewhere? I'm getting confused. What just happened? Oh, card restoration. Now that was pretty cool.
Magnum, the great computer king.
That was pretty cool. I wasn't ready for that. I think that's probably the most impressive one we've seen so far from Milanesso. Right, let's check out Whistling Bird.
I was trying to do that plus have the fusion bonus.
I wanted to do more damage, but there was no time left.
What did Whistle Cooge? Cook asterisk.
Dark Hole was used. I love, by the way, that we're seeing all of these really powerful legend spells in these because people are making good use of the items. Pot of Greed. So taking a lot of damage, probably trying to get a comeback victory bonus.
Eat Violet. Pause I was stresset, Tomo.
I was stressed too much. It's interesting as well, because some people were like, oh, I finished in like 6 minutes,
Anderes
but
also was after the Diadline.
I forgot to save the replay. Buffett Slime, get the 7 shift, get out the Gaia, 7 chance.
Man,
I
fuck the
had a bitte
replay.
gerne. Wie tut der Replay?
Finishing in 6 mins is a beta move.
We are not a replay gang.
Yeah, that is a shame that we had to drop out there. And then we have Hikari. Let's see what Hikari's doing.
I have no idea what I was doing.
Tomato doesn't want to rush.
I had so many points in the first game.
I had so many points for the first game.
You guys are gonna laugh at mine when it comes around.
Heavy Storm used. Very, very powerful legend. Dragiastar Nova. Okay, I see the logic. We play arguably the best deck in the game. We get massive damage. It's quite easy to get like a comeback victory with this. We get the bonus for summoning a fusion monster. There is like a lot you can do with this.
You guys were getting 9k with real decks. Maybe I have a chance.
Alright, and last but not least, we will go and
Who's
check
it, the
out
Zamet deck?
Manicist. By the sounds of it, everyone
I
had
caught
like a
victory
really good
in the
game.
opponent turn gave points.
Hat Marcus Nesat.
Rifles deck for the win.
Rivals deck, but we are still using the items. We get an extra card. Alright, let's take
Yeah,
the
I am
gander.
JSUT, so fuck this week.
Guess my score is really low then.
I mean, we'll be tallying them up
Noodle farm.
in a minute. That's -2. I need to save this. So I do have to do a little bit of manual point jiggering here.
Good thing I misread the rules this and chose a grid bundle last week to balance my bad reading, I guess.
That is always a good strategy to have. I guess we'll start with the player in last is going to be one of our DNFs. And that is going to be Parko, unfortunately. So Parko will be in 8th place. So 7th place, I suppose we should say, rather than second to last, was Whistling Bird. And then we start getting to some really interesting ones. So the next lowest with 5,000 points was Hunter. 5th place was Draco with 5,100. Then it was 4th place, Hikari with 5,700. 3rd place was Sota with a solid 6,000. 2nd place was Manicist with 7,000. And 1st place was Milanesso with 8,200.
I am so mat Atmüselfen.
GGS.
So, with all of that done,
GGS.
now that we know what
Sad,
everyone's
but
points
oh
are,
well.
we will be going ahead and
Milaniso bros, we are so back.
we will be doing our prizes. So points have already been given out, but now we get to decide who gets what bundles. So this is going to get a bit weird because basically you get to see all the bundles, then you get to pick your bundle, and then theoretically it should go quicker and quicker as we go, but this first one is going to take a while, right? So Milanesso is getting first dibs. So the first bundle that is going to be available is the Black Dragon bundle.
Cyan 10.
So this will get you the Black Dragon Rising skill, as well as the Red Eyes Black Dragon, and then a
Why
playset
is the
of
Wind
the other
Dragon
cards.
there?
Why is the Wind Dragon there? Because he is. He's there. So you get
Well, that's a
That
good
is
bundle.
Sfildra, who is a 1500 vanilla. You get the 3 copies of the chick. And by the way, again, everything's going to be a playset except the legend, which obviously is not going to be a playset, right? So that is the first bundle. The next bundle is the Dark Arts of Positioning bundle. So this is quite a big bundle. Again, Dark Arts of Positioning skill.
Ruler.
I need
We get
Ohne.
Semi-Ruler. We got Masaki, Urashima Warrior, the Urashima
it is.
Sage. We've got some interesting stuff going on
Ruler
here.
bundle is bait guys.
Oh.
It isn't.
Right, next bundle. Downgrade Infection bundle. And as you might notice here, guys, there is an emblem.
Duo.
So I will say this emblem is the high-tech dragon emblem. So take that as you will. Obviously, you don't know what the emblem will get you, but it's called the high-tech dragon bundle. This comes with Hacking Dragon and
What is
Bluetooth.
this jar? I forgot.
So the star is an emblem, which means you will get cards in future episodes that are based around whatever the emblem is. You just kind of get them for free when we get to certain episodes.
Oh, okay.
Next up, we have the Insect bundle. So this, once again, comes with an emblem. And again, this is the Insect emblem. This comes with a bunch of ants, a 1500 vanilla, and Ant Rebellion.
Das ist finito.
Next up, now this one might get people a little bit excited because of what possibilities there can be with it. This is the Ultimate Bond bundle, which also comes with an emblem.
Row.
So this comes with Aim Eagle, this comes with
Right.
What?
Avant Wolf, this comes
Why did
with
I have to throw?
Tough Striker. There's a lot of stuff in here. And the other thing I will say, this emblem is the Ultimate Flag emblem. So Ultimate Flag emblem.
Eat also Hass an Enden.
Next up, we have Magician's Shuffle bundle. We have Dark Magician Girl, Dark Sword Magician, Dark Sorcerer, and
Mache.
the Magic Curtain. My shit? Oh, bro,
Nothing
come on.
shuffle.
But this also, again, does come with an emblem. This is the Dark Magician emblem. What could that give you in the future? Who knows? We have the Simplex Update bundle. This gets you the Simplex Update skill. It also gets you the Dinosaur emblem. I don't know what other dinosaurs are in the game that this might be alluding to getting later on. And the spell card you get with this is the Co-Evolutionary Miracle. And the final bundle available is the Zombie bundle.
Dinos.
So the Zombie bundle is basically a bunch of vanillas combined with the Crawling Torso, which is like part of the zombie engine. And the boss
Grad ist
monster,
grad sie.
the Dark
Samba
Ruler.
Zombie.
Samba Zombie. Exactly, Samba Zombie is there. Before we decide who's getting what, I will go ahead and show off one other little thing. There will also be brand new cards added to everyone's pool. So the universal pool will be adding a few more cards to it, and this might change your decision on what cards you want.
But
So the following cards will be added to everyone's pool. So that is Trick Pigeon, Beast Summoner, Hitotsumi Giant, Mammoth Graveyard, Little D, Phantom Bind, Counter Pigeons, Curtain Sparks, Thunder Spark, Dark Ruler's Battle Slash, Severing Psychic Wall, and Strange Wall. As well as we will have our first limit and restricted inclusions, and that will be all of our combat traps are going to be limit 3.
Card E so muchthat I didn't expect.
This is too much for my tiny brain. I'm Draco the Tiny for a reason. I mean, that's fair. That is fair. There is a lot going on right now. But all of those cards have been added to the limit list. Limit the barrier then? No, we're not limiting 3 the barrier. The barrier is free from limits. Milanesso, you have a decision to make, and that is going to be which bundle would you like to take? You choose this one? Okay, so Milanesso wants the machine bundle. We're going to assume Milanesso is happy to lock that one in, so that is gone. Second place was Manicist.
I'll take Dark Magician bundle.
Ooh, I think that is actually a spicy bundle. I think most other people here probably wouldn't have taken that as their bundle. So Manicist definitely taking a spicy option.
It's pretty good.
I would have took that one.
Dark Sword Magician.
Okay. Well, with
I
that,
have one more deck, IWSNT.
well, let's see if you can get it. So next up, in third place, we had Sota. Sota was in third place. It's because Draco got a lot of points, but Draco had a lot of deductions applied.
They'll take Bluetooth bundle.
He wants the Bluetooth. Okay, Sota taking the Bluetooth.
Hikari was 4th.
Yes, Hikari is 4th. So what does Hikari want from what's left?
MNH.
MMH indeed. MMH indeed.
Whatever. I want the zombie.
Okay, so that is going to be the Zombies and Dark Doom Dread Ruler taken by Hikari. Then it was Draco.
Take the ants.
Sorry, Paco.
If I don't take it, someone else will. So you want the dinos. You're happy to take the dinos.
That is very true.
Dinos. Alright, so that is going to be Draco nabbing the dinosaurs.
I think the ants are actually a bit insane.
Oh, he wants the ants. He's thinking about it. Or is this reverse psychology? Hunter.
Truhe aktuali.
I want the dragon one.
So you want the Red Eyes Black Dragon bundle. Okay. So that means Whistling Bird. You get the choice.
Bis.
It's so peak.
I will stay with Gavin.
He wants more Gavin, my man. Okay, I respect it. Dark Arts of Positioning. When it came out, people said it was arguably one of the worst things of all time. We'll see if we can make it work. I actually think that some of the stuff in it is actually pretty good. And that means that by default, Parko will be receiving the insects, which he did sound quite happy about. Now, whether or not he was trying to reverse psychology people into thinking it was better than it was, or whether or not he genuinely wanted it,
No, I think it's good.
well, then you got to feel pretty happy about getting that.
Insect might be good later on too.
And then we will go ahead and spectate a game. So where better to start than Paco versus Milanesso? Let's take a look at what they actually got today. Paco got the insects and Milanesso got the ultimate bond. So I would assume we're going to be seeing Milanesso using his new machine cards. And we're going to be seeing Paco playing his new insects. Since Paco is not using his last week bundle, which would be Daybreak Order. Because you would have to have Yuga and a non-archive skill to have that. Interesting. We're using Interstellime and Grass. Trying to think of a reason why Paco might be using them. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Tributes 2. And we are going to summon out the Ultimate Flag Mech Gold Rush. We're going to summon out Imaginary Actor. We will be attacking over the Needlecree. We'll swing over the Ant Rebellion using the Gold Rush. Now this is where it's going to get a little bit tricky, because Ant Rebellion is quite good at boosting attack, but traditionally it's going to get you up to that 2500, so you're really going to need 2 of them to make it really work. We do see the Geyser come down. This is the card that Milaneso used his clone to take. How that's even fair battle? So again, Parko didn't have to play with his new ants. Parko could have, you know, swapped over. He could have just used Daybreak Order from last time. He's chosen to use the ants. We will use the Pierce to get over. Does miss out on the extra 1000 damage because we did attack into a monster at 1000 defense. Saying a bunch of cards. So yeah, Parko looks like he is really struggling to be able to find a way to go on the offensive. Now, again, this deck is not traditionally going to be very good at going on the offensive without getting a lot of monsters, because you need a lot of tribute fodder to actually get your plays going. A tribute set? What are we tribute setting? Ah, of course. We're using the Diabolic King Beetle. Did I misread Interstellar? Oh, it's a level 1. Right. I see. I kind of had the idea of grass. I was like, it's 0 attack, but it's not going to work because it's not an insect. I completely forgot that Diabolic King Beetle was in here and the Interstellar was a level 1, which does kind of explain what was happening. The issue is that when we do eventually deal with this board, we are expecting this hand to be full of more big guys that will be able to apply even more pressure. Where is Relinquish when you need it? Oh, could you imagine? So we do attack over Ant Rebellion. We then attack over the Oppressed Ant. Ah, this is really looking kind of rough for Parko. I mean, obviously, you know, we got last pick on the bundles. This does have an emblem, which means in future, this should get a bit more powerful. But as for right now, this is all we have to work with. We tribute 2. We summon out the Ultimate Flagmech Gold Rush. We chose not to use his effect, but it does have to specifically be an effect monster we send to the graveyard. So we'd have to have, like, an Aim Eagle spare in hand to use it. Relinquish and Rush would be Despair at home, but I'm sure they would make it a Legend Ritual. The thing is, it's not... We don't have anything like Relinquished in the game. Like, the way its effect works is a bit weird. Rand Harry raiding with a party of 30. Unfortunately, we do not actually have alerts on at the moment, but thank you so much for the raid. You've caught us playing Rush Rivals, which is a Rush Duel Links themed game show. We've just finished the challenge portion and we've gone into the 1v1 portions where both players or all players are using completely unique card pools. So as you can see, we have Milaneso playing the Ultimate Bond Machines without having access to the Mirror Innovator versus Parko Wako Tako, who is playing the Ant deck and is using the Diabolic King Beetle, filled his deck with level 1 normal monsters and is now boosting its attack up to 33. Of course, it has boosted high enough that none of the combat traps in this format are really going to work on it, except maybe Phantom Bind if we're playing it. Let's see what we get here. We attack into the Mighty Avant Wolf. Oh, Milaneso's thinking about using a back row, decides against it, does take the 1800 damage. Diabolic King Beetle's attack does return back to normal, a measly 1700. We are going to use the block attack to change it to defense mode, summon out another Avant Wolf, which should be able to clear over it without too much hassle. We set another back row, and this is always the scary thing, because we had to wait so long to get into all of these cards in the graveyard to get our Diabolic King Beetle going. It does mean that our opponent has had the ability to just sit on so many cards, which has been so powerful for them. We do use life point gain from Parko, who does summon out the Oppressed Ant and summons out Grass. We do have 0 cards in the deck, though, which is a bit problematic. We can't use any of our abilities. We are going to see the Thunderspark, which is neat. And I assume Parko is going to Seppuku into the ultimate flag mech gold rush, ending the game. So Milanesso does win game number 1. So let's see who else we've got going on. We can watch Draco versus Manicus. This should be a pretty good one. So we are going to be seeing Manicus using an archive skill. Draco is using a Uamu skill. Draco today did get the dinosaur bundle, which means he does have access to the simplex update skill. Manicus did opt for the magician bundle, which means he does have magician shuffle. Let's see what he does. Activates the magician shuffle skill. We are going to be revealing the Dark Magician Girl from hand. Add Dark Magician from deck to hand. So Dark Magician Girl up to 2500 attack already. Tribute for a second Dark Magician Girl to 2500 attack monsters can be a little bit spooky. We are going to be using Stop Defense to flip another monster up, which will let us get more damage in. Followed by setting another back row and another. So by doing that, we've emptied our hand completely, which is pretty good. We are going to get in for a clean 2,300 damage here. So Draco looks in a bit of an awkward spot. Let's see what he can do. He does have the Simplex Update skill, which will let him get up to 26. But 26 is still not great when your opponent has 3 back row. So Tribute set, which means that's probably going to be a Megazowler. Stop Defense again. And we hit a 0 attack monster that is actually huge. So that is an almost guaranteed 2500 damage. We're going to activate another Stop Defense. So that is an extra 11, which that's 3600 damage on board.
I got nothing in my card pool.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is a little bit awkward. But, you know, I think some people would argue that Manicust's current pool is, like, not fantastic. It's not, like, crazy strong right now. Having easy access to 2500 is quite nice, but we do have a lot of combat tricks, which can make them a little bit of a liability. You really want cards that can boost over that 2500 if possible.
I'd say it's the best Ige.
Yeah, you think Manicust has the best with the Dark Magician bundle? I think, as is on paper, I don't know if I think it is like the best one.
Work with this is huge.
Right, we get out the Super King Rex. Now, the scary thing is going to be the back row. We can bring back the Megazowler. We're going to set a back row. We do opt not to use the skill. So I believe this skill was live here. So we do just crash into the King Rex. We will attack over the Megazowler, and we will attack over the Needlecree. Only 500 life points left for Draco. You would have liked the DM bundle. I mean, it's definitely a good bundle. Set another back row. I wanted to play the Dragon Champion. So we are just going to keep clearing over defense position monsters. Let's see what Draco's got here. The scary thing is always just going to be the sheer amount of back row. And if we never force them, then they're just always going to be there, right? Super King Rex. We do mill another copy of Super King Rex. We are once again going to bring back Megazowler in defense position. We are going to force out the barrier. Be setting another card in defense. Tribute 2 to summon out Spice, the Elite Noodle Ninja, who has finally hit the field. Tribute 2 for a second Spice. Now, Spice is obviously especially good here because it does boost well over what any kind of battle trap will be able to stop. So this should just be the game. Throwing this super late, obviously always going to be very, very powerful.
You fool, it won't be your turn. We will be here eternally.
And now Draco is trolling. Alright, we'll throw back a card, and that is going to be Draco's life being taken out. Just goes to show how good in this sort of format, anything that can
GG,
boost
Draco.
above the stats of 2500 can be. And now we're going to go check out the first game between Hunter and Sota. Let's see what these players are on. So Sota has got the brand new downgrade infection skill with his high-tech dragons. Meanwhile, Hunter this week did receive Black Dragon Rising. And as we can see, he is playing the Black Dragon's chick that he did get from his bundle. We are going to tribute 2 and summon out the Vault Condor. So we are
Worst
still
mistake
playing.
of my life. Infection should have been LP game.
Yeah, Infection is... It's not the greatest skill. It's not the greatest skill in the game. It does do stuff, and it can be okay. It's realistically not very strong. Darkness Crested Hawk is going to be able to boost its attack up to 3100. We then get to attack over the other 2. Unfortunately, though, Luminous Parrot could not clear over Needle Curry. Bender Break is going to come out. It's going to weaken the attack power of the Red Eyes Black Dragon. Counter Pigeons is going to be used, though, to take out the App Lizard and deal 100 damage. We're going to add back the Red Eyes Black Dragon to hand. I mean, don't forget, the Red Eyes Black Dragon skill was really powerful with both Royal Rebels and with the Yami Ruler deck. So 2 good potential meta decks for it to go into going forward. We'll have to see what actually happens with that. The barrier is used here to reduce the amount of damage taken. 3100 life left on Sota. We are going to tribute Set, which means that's probably a Bender Break. There we go. We take 100
But restrains
damage.
from level 7 effects to attack, so I had to switch to DEF.
Yes. It is not fantastic. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat it. Beast Summoner does come down, a brand new card in everyone's pool. Darkness Crested Hawk is going to boost its attack up. We've got 2 of them. We will be able to attack over both of these monsters. Phantom Bind, though, will allow us to keep a few life points. We still would have been alive on 100. We're going to tribute both, summon out the blue-fang, which is going to crash thanks to the use of the barrier.
Playing
that is
around
going to be the end
Phantom
of the game.
Bind and Barrier.
Yeah, this is definitely currently a meta where there are a lot of battle traps without many ways to like interact with battle traps. Right, let's go check out Whistling Bird versus Hikari, since it seems to be the last game still going on. So we did see the first or second game earlier, and we do know that this is Zombies versus Dark Arts of Positioning. We are going to shoot off a very quick pierce. Unfortunately, it only finds 100 damage. Really not ideal. We are going to summon out 2 copies of Misaki. We're going to give one of them a pierce, which is going to find 700 damage.
Samba Zombo.
Did kind of lose the 50-50 there, which does kind of suck. So we tribute 2. We do summon out the Dark Doom Dread Ruler. Does get that 700 burn, and that 700 burn is actually quite relevant. Now we have a 0 defense monster on the field. We do not have a pierce to punish. Imagine if we had a pierce there. That could have been absolutely devastating. Dark Arts of Positioning is going to be used. We send a card from hand back to the deck, reveal the Hiroshima Sage from the hand, add the Semi-Ruler to our hand, which means now, though, we do have to find 2 bodies. Karibot, though, is 2 bodies in 1, effectively, which is going to be pretty good. At the cost of 500 life points, we do get a second copy from the graveyard. Now we can summon out the second copy, tribute both for the Semi-Ruler, use the Semi-Ruler effect, summon out the Sage. Unfortunately, Semi-Ruler's cost is quite expensive. It does cost a whole card from hand, which is not ideal. So basically, we're not really getting a discount on the monster we're summoning because it's a 1 tribute monster anyway. But it does get 1800 attack, which is quite nice. We can use its effect to change the monster to defense mode, which means now we don't have to crash into it, which is pretty good. We're going to activate the Pierce spell card to attempt to get a lot of damage through on this. Dark Arts of Positioning is going to let us change our monster back to attack mode. We will attack with the Piercing into the Dread Ruler. Let's see if Hikari has a back row she wants to use. We're just going to take it, 1600 to the dome, and then 1800 is going to attack into the Kurabana for 1000 more damage. We are going to use the barrier, which again will let us put our boss monster back into the deck if we want it. It looks like we do. Also makes room so we can play more spell traps. Also reduces the damage we take. I don't think reducing the damage you take is as impactful, but taking 400 less damage could make a difference in the long run. You can play monster face down. Another one face down defense. Tribute 2 to summon out the Dread Ruler. We are going to use the effect, so we discard a zombie. Boost its attack by 1,000, burn for 700, and we discard Rio. So what is that last card in hand then? Whatever that last card in hand is, we chose to keep it over summoning a second Rio. I mean, obviously Rio can't deal with anything on this board, so it's not really super relevant. We will be attacking into the Semi-Ruler. Dark Ruler's Battle Slash is going to come down. Will not protect the monster, but will let us pop one of the back row. We do pop the barrier, which might be extremely important. But, once again, we do have the Urashima Sage, which can already change Dark Doom Dread Ruler to defense mode, which means the Battle Trap wouldn't have actually done anything, realistically. Because we would just change it to defense and attack over it with something that can just deal with it. Now, if we had like an 1800, that could matter, but the only way we're getting to an 1800 is if we have a Semi-Ruler anyway. So return a card, reveal Urashima the Hermit, add the Semi-Ruler to hand. We will change the Urashima Sage to attack, use its effect to change the Dread Ruler back to defense position, and lower its defense down to 900. Then we can summon out Silverfang. I mean, this can out it on its own, depending on what the back row is. We'll tribute both to summon out the Semi-Ruler. Presumably we're going to activate the Semi-Ruler effect. Oh, okay. We're going to use the Urashima Warrior effect. Make it so the attack is unresponsible. No traps allowed. Tribute set. Okay, so we know that's going to be the Hermit set. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be, I suppose. It's likely to be the 2000 defense Hermit. Zombie Bros, we might be back. I mean, potentially. The zombie deck is pretty good. Basically, the aim of the game, I think, for this format is 2500 is the new kind of like baseline. So you now need to be able to play around trap cards that can stop you from killing a 25. So if you can boost yourself 3000 plus, you're in a really good spot. So anyone that has boss monsters that can boost themselves or, you know, change monsters to defense can also get the same result as we are seeing from the Sage here. That is how you're really going to be winning these games. Is just finding ways to play around the battle traps, which a lot of these bundles do have ways to do. Now, some people have to get a little bit more creative than others, but generally there is a way to play around everything. So 3500 is going to be attacking in. We are going to use the Battle Slash. This will primarily let us pop a back row. Again, taking less damage is nice. It can be relevant because, you know, theoretically 2 more burns is an extra 1400 damage. The card pool is pretty interesting again. Yeah, now, that being said, some people's decks will naturally be stronger than others. Some people will get stronger bundles. That is part of Rush Rivals. Not everything is meant to be 100% balanced, but outside of, like, you know, needing extra bodies to get combos off, everything should have a way to deal with everything. Even the Ants does have ways to play around everything. It's just more difficult for them because they need lots of bodies to, you know, get out like multiple Ant Rebellions or get out like an Ant Rebellion plus a Diabolic King Beetle. Can be a bit of a pain in the ass. So we are going to summon out the Urashima Sage. We're going to activate Sage's effect. Once again, change the Dread Ruler to defense. So we can threaten this at the moment with the Silverfang, but a barrier or anything barrier adjacent would stop it. We're going to tribute to summon out the Semi-Ruler. Semi-Ruler is going to declare an attack. We are going to clear over the Dread Ruler. So how many Dread Ruler are currently in the graveyard? We have 1, 2. So we have 1 Dread Ruler left in the deck at the moment. So 5 cards in hand, 4 cards in deck. We know there is a zombie boss in amongst those cards. I don't think we have any other ways to recycle it other than the barrier. We've already seen 2 barriers. We haven't seen any Gajumaru yet, and we know Gajumaru is in the deck. So I don't know how many Gajumaru are in this deck. How many Semi-Rulers are left? We have seen 1, 2. So 1... Oh no, we have seen 2 are in the graveyard and 1 is on the field. I don't think we've seen the barrier yet. We haven't seen the barrier, so we might not have a way to recycle. Urashima Warrior is going to start refilling the deck. We tribute set. Go to battle phase. We declare an attack. It didn't look like there was a delay. So how many Hiroshima Warriors do we have left? We've seen 1, 2, 3. All 3 Hiroshima Warriors have been used. Crawling Torso. Now this could just be to keep the hand big so we don't draw as many cards. We're going to Tribute 2, summon out the final copy of Dread Ruler. Tribute Lock is used. So Tribute Lock, when your opponent normal summons a level 5 or higher monster while your life points are lower than theirs, change it to defense. So this is now very easily attacked over, but we can still use the burn effect if we want to. The only issue with that is we will draw an extra card. That Tribute Lock, actually huge. Actually huge. Now, potentially we could have used another Sage, if we have another Sage left. We've seen only 1 Sage so far. We're going to activate Dark Doom Dread Ruler's effect. We will burn for 700, which does put Whistling Bird down to a meager 800 life points. Then we're going to pass the turn. We couldn't really afford to play another card because we would just die. We are seeing conflicting cheerleaders in the chat. Some people saying don't attack, other people saying you must attack. Tribute set. 3 cards left in deck. So, Hikari now draws 2 cards. We can burn for 700 using our boss monster. We would then need Pierce. One-sided reverse flipping up Hiroshima the Hermit. That might decide it. We burn for 700 using the effect.
Look at this.
And there it goes. That is going to be it. There should be nothing left that Bird could have to stop this. So that is going to be lethal. I mean, it's probably, yeah, Phantom Bind comes down. It's not going to be enough. 1200 attack off is still nowhere near enough. And Hikari does take another win.
Let's go.
So let's take a quick look and see how the players
GGS.
did. If we check out the members, we can see Manikist won 2-0 using the Dark Magician noodles. Paco, unfortunately, did go 0-2 of the insects, but I think insects will be stronger going forward when they get more insects, maybe not this first week. Milanesso did find 2-0, and it looks like we actually got the first non-2-0, and that was the Whistling Bird Hikari games, which were quite fun to watch. It did actually look like there was a lot of back and forth between the Dark Delayer and the zombies. It's funny, because the zombie deck, I had a feeling the zombie deck would be quite strong. And I also had a feeling that the Delayer deck would be quite strong. There were quite a few decks this week which I thought were going to perform quite well. Which decks actually didn't perform? So it was Draco. Draco was playing Dinosaurs. Yeah, that's right, Dinos. So Dinos went 0-2. Sota was playing like Downgrade Infection with a bit of Bender Break in there, which unfortunately didn't perform super duper well. Hunter did get a nice 2-0 though, with his like Red Eyes Lightning Ship.
Noodles DNG.